Today's deck list is looking to make a home for one of my favorite cards in the game, and that is Dr. Octopus, 5 energy, 10 power. On reveal, pull 4 random card from your opponent's hand to their side at this location. So Dr. Octopus's effect is really high variance. Against opponents that are playing decks that want to empty their hand naturally, Dr. Octopus is quite good. Pulling their cards out of sequence, such as grabbing a Silver Surfer before the last turn, can be quite strong. However, against decks that have lots of expensive cards that typically end the game with cards in hand, Dr. Octopus is quite bad. You don't want to be pulling things like Gigantos and Infinauts into play. This deck is looking to mitigate Dr. Octopus's downsides in a few ways. To start with, Mojo is a fantastic card to play out into the same path as Dr. Octopus. Mojo gets bigger if both players have 4 cards at a given location, and Dr. Octopus guarantees that your opponent is going to have 4 cards at the location that it is at. Another way that this deck makes excellent use of Dr. Octopus is just by filling up the opponent's side of the board in general with other cards, whether it's debris, kicking up rocks, Viper sending a hood across the board, or either of our goblins jumping to the other side. If we don't want to pull things into play from our opponent's hand, Dr. Octopus can be played into a path that's otherwise full, safely just providing 10 points of stats for 5 energy. Another card that works really well with Dr. Octopus in this archetype is Armor, because one of the scariest things you can grab with a Dr. Octopus is a Shang-Chi, but if you're playing Dr. Octopus out into an armor path, we again mitigate that potential downside while still getting to leverage its upside. In general, the entirety of this deck is just looking to fill the opponent's board up with crap. In addition to the others I mentioned earlier, Black Widow here also denies our opponent a draw while giving them a Widow's Bite that they need to play out onto the board. And honestly, this archetype of deck's just a ton of fun to play. In addition to the Octopus at the top end, we also have Gamora, who can provide 12 stats for just 5 resources, and Gamora as well as Hobgoblin work quite well with Daredevil, who gives us precise information to play these cards out on the 5th turn of the game. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the game highlights that I have for you today. I think they do an excellent job of showcasing how incredibly fun this type of deck is. If you do find yourself enjoying it, be sure to tap that like button to help this content reach more people, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not. I post different deck highlights with new ideas like this 7 days a week here, and I'd love to see you back again. But for the rest of the day, enjoy Mojo and Dr. Octopus giving out some crap. Okay, so we'll debris here, and then we'll Viper here, he says, before it's a second copy of Crimson Cosmos. Well, there are some locations in play. There are currently locations in play. Okay. Okay. Can we win this? I think we win this most of the time, right? Because if they Taskmaster, they're only 14 up to 26, and Gamora's 14 up to 28 because of their Red Skull. Yeah, quick maths. Oh, and it's only 13 because of Typhoid Mary.
Victory.
Someone asked, what are we protecting armor with in this deck? Your Mojo Path, your Titania, your Demon, your Doc Ock from Shang-Chi on occasion. Stopping things from getting blown up is good for this deck because you want to clutter the board, generally speaking. Yeah, our Killmonger matchup is very not good. Okay, you know what is good, though? I get to Debris here, and then on 4, I get to go to Titania Green Goblin here, fill these 2 spots, and then I get to Doc Ock Shuri's Lab on 5. And then we get to, like, Mojo or something here to bring the Titania back on 6. Funka Deathlock. This deck is very bad into Destroy next, chat, for the previously mentioned reasons. Killmonger is not real and cannot hurt me. 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 So Titania and a Green Goblin walk into a bar together. Yep. Yep. Everybody clench. Okay. Okay. So they're up by 9. Viper here puts them to -2 and will be at more than that. So we win the tiebreaker. Listen, chat, I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely great, okay? Yeah, the arrow nerf wins us this game. Praise Brode for the arrow nerf, chat. Praise Brode for the arrow nerf. Victory. I'm so glad we decided to end on this deck today. It's so good. It makes me feel things, chat. And really, that's all I want out of life, chat. I just want to feel something. I think we actually Daredevil this turn because I don't want a Black Widow on 2 and then let them play their Widow's Bite into Murder World, clearing it out for free. I want Black Widow to take board space away from them. Oh, you know what? I should have waited on the Black Widow because I could have Black Widowed on 4 to deny them the Asgard cards. That's what I should have done here. Might be wrong to fight over this Asgard, we'll see. We got it. Okay, and they're playing Thing, huh? So they're a Patriot deck then? Which makes these rocks a little bit sketchier. Alright. I've got my Precision Hobgoblin here off the back of this this Daredevil, chat. Let's see what we're doing. A scale between meme and cube equity, where would you play? So I think this deck is relatively competitive in terms of win rate, but it has really terrible cube equity. This is not your opponent very clearly knows when they are fucked most of the time when they play against this deck. Wait a minute. Yes? Not sure if good, definitely great. Not sure if good, definitely great. Oh, you know what? I messed up. I should have, I should have played the Hood last turn. I should have played the Hood last turn. Do we win the tiebreaker on the back of Sunspot, though? If I'd have played the Hood last turn, I could have played Armor Demon here to win the left. I'm going to gain 8, 9, 10 here in the middle, be 13 to 10. Oh, snap. Let's snap them and see if they leave. They did. Okay, yeah, so... we bluff snapped. Yeah, it was gonna be 13 to 10 and 11 to 4. Oh, the Punisher goes up by 1. Yeah. If I would have played right, we would have won this. If I would have played Hood here, I would have had Armor Demon plus Mojo and we win here and here, no problem. But we had to bluff there at the end. I actually think in the long run, one of the worst things you can do for yourself if your goal is to get good at Marvel Snap is to sandbag your collection level. To a degree, it doesn't really matter what your collection level is sandbagged at or not, because you will start hitting people with higher collection levels if you're actually being successful anyways. And 2, you're kind of just delaying actually learning the game by holding your collection level down. So because your collection level is one of a few different factors when it comes to how you get matched, if you hold your collection level down from where it should be, you will get paired into lower level people to a degree. But eventually your MMR hits a point where it starts pairing you outside of that if you're actually being successful. So this is one of my favorite turn 4s here. We get to Green Goblin after the Titania. So we get to lock up their center location here. And then we'll go ahead and Doc Ock right to kind of fill this in. Dealer's Choice. Okay, good chat. And then if I Mojo here, we go up to 1, and then they go down to 5, and then we get +5. Looks like a win. Victory. You basically never play Titania on 1 in a deck like this. She's a late game play to provide utility. It's Mojo into DC. This is the same Zabu opponent we were just playing against. So, this is a really fun line, speaking of Green Goblin. We go Titania into Green Goblin here. And then if they don't play any cards here, both of these end up on their side of the board. And then we can pull Titania back at will later on. I.e. turn 6. Put into Viper, into armor. And then we'll have Gamora middle plus Demon right on the last turn. Oh, crap. I forgot about Grand Central. Yeah, good call. Good call. I guess that ends up working out fine, though, right? We just play our last card into DC, and the Demon's 9. And we're winning right regardless of what happens on the right, right? If Demon or Gamora here, we're still winning here. And then we play our last card in the center, and they can only play one card here, or they turn Mojo on. Grand Central will not trigger Titania. Grand Central does not count as playing a card here. And like this doesn't really matter. We want Demon to go here now. Yeah, perfect. And then they have to beat 12 in Washington DC. And actually, now we just do this, right? Do we guarantee turn Mojo on? Nah, this is probably better, right? There's no way they beat 12 with just one card. And if they play 2 cards, this is plus 18, and there's no way 2 cards beat 18. Yeah, this is still better, I think. Would Leader do it? Leader would give them 20 power, and we're going to 26. Yeah, we even beat Leader here. That's a good shout. Blue Marvel would get us, but I don't really expect that out of a zombie deck. Yeah, good chat. Good chat. Weird that they played Sunspot. Victory. They would need Shang-Chi Enchantress. Yes. A favorite Mr. Negative deck? Yeah, Mr. Negative is one of the decks I cover in my favorite decks video that I posted this morning. Let me see my preferred build. Be sure to check that out. Opponent snapped. Our Valkyrie is such a professional, chat. She knows exactly what she's doing. We're doubted her for a minute. Yes, Debris variant's great. Goes really well with the winter variant Patriot too. Duke Elysium. It depends on what this Hobgoblin's about to do, I suppose. A good chance this Hobgoblin's about to dunk Sokovia. Yeah, easily best draw on the deck. Working from home, it's like I'm paid to watch your channel, so here's your cut. Thanks for the 5 months, Giant Goose. Appreciate it. She-Hulk on the right. Yeah, so we Hobgoblin to lock this up. And then, honestly, Doc Ock's our best draw now, right? Titania was our second best draw. Okay, wait. It's optimal to do this, right? Because if they play one thing, she jumps across and then comes back. If they play 2 things, she stays where she is. And if they play nothing, I'm still winning this path. Yes. Okay. This is a card where I really have to talk through the permutations verbally because there's so many ways in which it can play out. Yeah, like, I hopefully it's helpful for you at home too, but that's for me just as much as it is for you. Because the way this card moves back and forth are different, especially depending on who has priority, right? Eight set of locations for us so far here. Never used leader. You had some viewer decks that submitted leader on occasion. I just don't find it particularly interesting or exciting to play with, so I don't for the most part. This is the part where if you're playing for keeps, you snap because we have a super flow and they don't. Hood's probably the best draw on our deck. We go Hood, Viper, Daredevil. This Twitch stream is pre-recorded in front of a live audience. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. I appreciate you. A little bit of guesswork here because the Sunspot does give them variable power. Okay, and speaking of, they're fully soaking into Sunspot. So they're gonna go up to 33 here. If I put these over here, I go to 9 plus 19, which puts me to 34. Yeah. Which is good enough. Or sorry, they're only going to 32 actually. They're only getting 5 this turn. They have 1 less energy than us. We play her, the tiebreaker could matter. Well, so if they She-Hulk Taskmaster, it's only 20, right? So my Gamora wins because I have a Hulk here. I'm going to 25. And if they She-Hulk Taskmaster and win here, then they're losing the right? You go there. Victory. Thanks for being one of the awesome people that made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember, your likes and comments help videos grow with engagement, and be sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. I post Marvel Snap game news, updates, deck highlights, and other fantastic stuff here 7 days a week. We hope to see you back again real soon.